right. Let's switch gears now. 7:35. More than 900,000 kids returned to class this week. New York City school teachers definitely have their work cut out for them.
Oh, yeah. The ongoing teacher shortage is only one issue causing challenges. Here to give us more insight on what New York City public school teachers are facing after one heck of a first day is Michael Mulgrew, the president of the Teachers Union. So great to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much.
So let's talk about it. Yesterday, first day back, right? And there was going to be some growing pains with the obviously the first day of a cell phone ban. How did the first day go?
It actually went surprisingly smooth. We were prepared for a whole bunch of different contingencies, but overall, the training that we did the first 2 days of schools, the schools sharing their plans, sharing it with parents, everyone, so it was pretty clear. This isn't a suggestion, it's a law. So that's the one thing we have to keep telling everyone. It's not a suggestion, this is a law.
Right.
And it's a law for a right reason, because we're trying to give children back things that are they're being greatly diminished. Their ability to focus. It's been documented. It's growing rapidly. That the focus deprivation is massive. Socialization skills. I mean, we all understand.
We want
you would have
kids
people
to
in a
be
room
able to look each other in the eye, to focus on their teacher when that cell phone is even nearby. I say it to my son who's 12. It is calling to him.
Yep.
So to lock it away is great, but I know you left it up to the schools individually, which means it's going to fall to the educators in order to do this. How is this rolling out, and is this just an added responsibility for educators who already
No, the law specifically says it cannot fall upon the teacher. So what has happened is we've had schools in the past who've had cell phone bans where teachers were at the forefront and they have changed their plans. This is when the child is entering the school and leaving the school. So it has to, and when it was left to the schools to do it, it was very strict parameters. You either collect or you secure. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
So that's it, and that's where it heads. We don't want this to be a disruption of instruction. It's a big deal, and you know, and then there were people like, well, can we let them use it during cafeteria? They need no. If it's damaging, and again, why do you have a child texting here to a child right there?
Right. Right.
Talk to them, and
right.
it's real. The damage is real, and that's what we've been talking more and more to parents about.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring things back, give them back things, not take away.
You know, there's going to be workarounds. The kids are already talking about on social
kids are
media.
good.
Yeah, about
they're
the
creative.
dummy phones.
And we like that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Go on social media.
Yeah, please.
Check your sock drawer, because they have this. Go look in the sock drawer and find your old parents' old phone and give that to the school.
Go look in the sock drawer.
See, yeah, that's where mine is. Okay, so. Let's talk about the other big issue. At the end of last year, there was a big push to hire more teachers, right?
Yeah.
Because there was this ongoing shortage, not only in New York City, but around the country.
Yeah.
So where are you at with that? Is there technically still a shortage?
Yes.
Okay.
Of the 3,700 teachers we needed just for class size, we're over 3,200. Of the teachers we need for the traditional attrition, because we're keeping track of them in two different buckets, we're more than halfway. So we're actually ahead of where we would be on a normal year, which is a great surprise for us. But what you saw last year was schools went out of their way to start forming relationships with all of the college education programs. They know what's coming. See, that's the beauty of our school system. It's the largest. It's got all those challenges, but they know what's coming. They prepare. And so schools start, you know, last year, you know, hundreds of schools started hosting student teachers, where we weren't doing it before.
Which is so smart, to start to introduce them into the space.
And they want to see it, and they started it that way.
I know that even the pipeline, though, is drying up a little bit. Fewer people are moving into this space. I hear my daughter's a recent college graduate. All of her friends seem to want to go into the finance space because they want good salaries. And we know that salaries are a challenge when it comes to attracting teachers.
It's a big challenge. And it's not just salary, because that is the number one factor. Let's be honest, we've had 20 years in this country of bashing teachers, blaming everything on the teacher, which was just a disgrace. Luckily, we're seeing less of that now, even though some people seem to think that's the way to deal with education at all times. But you have to, other countries, they don't have this issue because teachers are held in much higher esteem. And that's just shame on us as a culture, as a country, and we need to start fixing that, because it's the most important thing in the development of a human being is their education.
Big thing playing out right now is the safety at schools, including what's happening with ICE agents around the country as well. I spoke to the school's chancellor about this. What is the guidance that UFT tells the teachers if ICE were to come to a school?
Well, we have specific protocols in place. If you need a specific type of documentation, warrant from the court, unless you cannot get in. So ICE agents have not entered a school in New York City. I want to be clear. You go on social media, you hear about it. It has not happened. That's first and foremost.
Those students that were rounded up, the few that were outside of a school building.
So you're having a lot of folks, teachers or retired, working with different groups, advocacy groups for immigrant populations. And for us, a child is sacred. Once they're inside of your classroom, once they're inside of your school, that's it. We will protect that child. It just becomes natural for us. Yeah. Thank God we're that way. But it means about protecting them all the time. So that's why school communities rise up when they hear a child has been taken.
Squeeze in one more question because we're out of time here. But you said you weren't endorsing in the race for mayor, and now you guys are endorsing.
We weren't endorsing in the primary. Now we are.
So
we have.
Zoran.
Mr. Mondami is our candidate. We're very proud that he's our candidate. He understands our communities. He was with me yesterday at the opening of schools, and the parents, everyone loved him, and we're looking forward to it. Of course, you got this mess on your hands. That was a great interview you guys had to do, but of the mayor's race, and this is up to the people of New York City. It's not up to a few billionaires. It's not up to the President of the United States. This is up to the people of New York City. And I'm sure the city will rise up and make sure the country knows that.
Spoken like a true union leader, Michael Mulgrew, president of the UFT. Thank you so much for stopping by this morning, especially during such a busy week. We appreciate you.